Lost Ark is a game that encourages players to constantly shift between activities, do a bit of this and a bit of that each day. There is one content, however, that you can grind to your heart's content: Infinite Chaos Dungeons. You can enter an Infinite Chaos Dungeon after you used up your Aura of Resonance, which refreshes every day and will basically boost the loot of the next 2 Chaos Dungeons you complete under normal circumstances. Unlike in Guardian raids, where you can choose not to harvest a Guardian Soul, you cannot enter an Infinite Chaos Dungeon until you have Aura of Resonance available. Whereas doing your daily Chaos Dungeons is one of the easiest contents in the game and can be done with any class and any gear as long as you meet the item level requirement, once you start to farm the Infinite version, efficiency becomes a key factor, since having better clear times will net you more resources over a set amount of time. So let's see what you can gain from an Infinite Chaos Dungeon. Blue and purple shards are the most common drops and can be exchanged for materials and accessories at the vendor near the Chaos Dungeon entry point. The vendor has different rules based on the tier you are at. On Tier 1 and Tier 2, the stock of materials refreshes weekly, while you may buy as many accessories as you can afford. Engraving books have a roster limit that does not refresh. Materials are untradeable, but accessories and engraving books are. Hitting the weekly limit on Tier 1 and Tier 2 is fairly easy and can be achieved with a few hours of grind each week. On Tier 3, however, the rules are very different. All materials and accessories are tradable, but have a hefty price from the start, which further increases with each consecutive exchange of the same good. There is a huge weekly limit on all materials, but since the prices go up to the sky, you will hardly be able to hit the cap on any of the goods. Additional loot in an Infinite Chaos Dungeon includes Guardian, Distraction and Leapstones, item accessories, basic honing chance increasing materials, and card XP. To maximize efficiency, it is important to know which enemy types can drop which of these. There are 5 different types of enemies you can encounter. Basic trash mobs will only drop blue and purple shards. Elite enemies can drop blue and purple shards, Guardian and Distraction stones, and item accessories. Bosses can drop all the above plus leap stones. Secret Room lucky monsters will drop purple shards, honing chance increasing materials, and card XP, while Secret Room bosses have the most valuable loot, including item accessories and a great amount of purple shards, chance increasing materials, and card XP. By checking the loot tables, it is visible that the primary aim should be to kill as many elite or above enemies as possible, and there are ways to help that. There are 3 or 4 floors in each Chaos Dungeon you open. The first floor has only trash monsters, therefore has low value, but you only need to hit around 17% progression to open the portal to the next floor, which is the juicy one. The second floor spawns 3 elites right at the start, and will spawn up to 5 more if you do the clear correctly. On top of that, it spawns a boss at roughly 50% progression, which is another high value target. The general strategy I follow on this floor is that I start by herding all the elites together at the start, finishing off everything with a single awakening. Since elites drop cooldown reducing ethers, by killing enough of them you will have your awakening ready for the boss at the end of the floor. The maximum number of elites that can be up at any time is 3, and you can spawn the boss even if you don't kill any of them and only kill trash. That is something we want to avoid. It is important to always aggro all the elites that are up and try to finish them as fast as you can. This is how you max out the loot on this floor. Your second awakening should always be saved for the boss. Only the third floor has a chance to be a secret room. A blue portal means a regular floor, which consists of mainly trash mobs and a few elites and generally takes a fairly long time to finish with mediocre loot. A yellow portal means a lucky monster, while a red portal means a secret boss. The latter can take a fair bit of time to finish off, but has the most valuable loot you can find in a Chaos Dungeon. I made several tests to see if completing the entire rift is worth it, or if it's better to skip the last blue portal by leaving and re-entering instead, clearing only the first 2 floors plus the occasional secret rooms. I made the tests on tier 3, but the general rules are the same for lower tiers as well. There are pros and cons to both methods. By making full rounds, you earn slightly more shards since you kill more trash, while you also gain some minor rewards for finishing the rift. You also don't need to leave the instance server and can just press re-enter, which is handy if you have a slower PC. The leave method has much better material gains, especially for Guardian Stones since we kill a lot more elites. Accessory gain is also higher, but most importantly, we open almost double the amount of secret rooms per hour by doing this method, which is where most of the value comes from. So in my opinion, the most efficient way to farm is to aim for elites, do the secret rooms but skip the last regular floor. There is one more extra tip to drastically improve your clear times. Preemptive Strike is a budget engraving option that will make you tear the entire rift to pieces, since it works on all the enemies apart from the secret room boss. It even works on the boss at the end of the second floor, which, depending on the class you play, can guarantee a one-shot boss kill. So these are my tips for Infinite Chaos Dungeon farming. I might be the minority, but as a Diablo player by default, I enjoy grinding it a few hours every now and then. It unfortunately cannot compete with having a bunch of alts and doing daily activities with those instead, but it can surely give you a nice material boost if you enjoy focusing on a single character more. Anyway, thank you for watching the video, I hope you enjoyed. If so, then giving a like and subscribing to the channel is always appreciated. See you next time.